John 10:28. Here's something to give you hope. I give them eternal life, and they shall never perish. No one will snatch them out of my hand. No one. So when you believe and you receive Christ and you go out and you're doing stuff that's grieving you, you're still in God's hand. You're still in God's hand. I heard an example one time from somebody that said, can you imagine if you had a big argument with your son or daughter and they did everything they could just to make you upset and they broke every rule, and one day you come home and they're mowing the yard and you go, hey, what are you doing? And they're like, I'm trying to be your daughter again. No, you're always my daughter. Or your son, I'm trying to be your son, and you're always my son. That's human love. You could never disconnect from somebody not being your daughter or son, and that's human, flawed, weak love. Because remember, love does not define God. God defines love. So you can only imagine how God would see that scenario. No, you're still my child. Through all of that, you're still my child. Why do I say those things? Because today we'll be going out like we have for nearly 7 years to all of Hearst, and we get so many people that have gone to churches because they're telling me this, that have said, I'm not saved. And it hurts. I go, why? Well, because I'm addicted to drugs. I'm not saved. I said, so you're telling me your heart's broke for Christ because your flesh is too weak to stop the drugs? They said, yes. I said, you're saved. No unbeliever's heart is broke for Christ in the midst of that situation. God's not after this. He's after this. That's not a license to sin. That's not what I said. Somebody broken for Christ, addicted with track marks, crying out to God, please help me. Than a person living straight edge who never puffed a cigarette in their life, pointing their finger, mocking him. I say those things because many think 1 minute we're in his hand and the next minute we're not, and the next minute we're in his hand and the next minute we're not. With hope, we can walk in victory of forgiveness. With hope, we can walk the long, winding road of time, knowing in the end it's all going to be all right. With hope, we can walk through the valley of the shadow of death and fear no evil.